Namashivaya. Respected Sadguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, honored guest of honor Admiral Harikumar Radhakrishnan, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, retired, distinguished leaders, esteemed dignitaries, and your youth. With deep reverence and profound sense of national responsibility, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all gathered here for the inauguration of the Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter of Youth4Nation, hosted in the sacred precincts of Amritapuri Ashram. Today marks not merely the commencement of a regional chapter, but the strengthening of a national movement, one rooted in character, discipline, service, and devotion to the Bharat. Youth4Nation stands as a call to awaken leadership, integrity, and collective responsibility among the youth of our land. With that sacred spirit and noble intent, we formally begin today's ceremony. Namashivaya. May I invite Ashwati Chandran, Assistant Professor, Amrita School of Spiritual and Cultural Studies, to introduce Amma's Youth Empowerment Initiatives. Thank you.
Om Amriteshwaryaye Namaha. We are deeply blessed to be gathered here today in the divine presence of Amma, Sadguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, a living embodiment of compassion, selfless service, and love in action. For decades, Amma has been guiding humanity through a simple yet profound truth that spirituality finds its highest expression in serving society with love and responsibility. Through her boundless compassion, Amma has embraced more than 4 crore people across the world, touching lives through spiritual programs not only throughout India, but also across Europe, the United States, Japan, Africa, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, and many other countries. Her universal message transcends cultures and nations, reminding us that inner awakening and social responsibility must go hand in hand. Education and youth empowerment form a central pillar of Amma's vision. As a Chancellor of Amrita Vidyapeetham, one of the fastest growing private universities in India, Amma guides an institution that today nurtures over 30,000 students, integrating academic excellence with values, ethics, and social responsibility. Complementing this is her founding of the Amrita Vidyalayam, a national network of over 80 schools across India, providing value-based education to more than 1 lakh students. At the heart of all these initiatives lies Amma's deep faith in the transformative power of the youth. It is from this vision that Ayuth, Amrita Yuvadharmadhara, was born, with the inspiring motto, Awaken Youth, Unite for Dharma. Ayuth is an international youth movement inspired by Amma, dedicated to empowering youth people to build a peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable world while cultivating universal values of compassion, tolerance, love, unity, and respect. Today, Ayuth is active in more than 50 countries worldwide, supported by over 5,000 committed volunteers and multiple university-based chapters, with initiatives carefully tailored to the need of local communities. Globally, Ayuth work aligns with the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and in Europe also with the European Youth Goals, enabling youth to create change locally while contributing to the global priorities. Ayuth also serves as a platform that gives voice to young people through declaration and statements on education, sustainable development, inclusion and diversity, and mental health. Ayuth has engaged decision makers at both national and international levels, including institutions of the United Nations and the European Union. Ayuth is a member of the Youth Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, at the United Nations. It has partnered with several UN bodies, and 3 Youth initiatives have been recognized as best practice projects by the European Commission. In recent months, Youth's work has continued to gain global recognition. At a recent Youth Europe gathering, youth from across the continent came together in Amma's presence to reaffirm their commitment to serving the world with compassion, unity, and responsibility. Young leaders from more than 24 countries participated in a dialogue service and creative expression, reflecting youth's ability to unite cultures through shared values. Closer home, Youth India recently participated in a national level summit organized by the Government of India, focusing on building a drug-free nation. Youth leaders actively contributed to discussions on prevention, awareness, and youth well-being, joining a collective national commitment towards a healthier and a more conscious society. Youth's work is anchored in 4 core pillars. The first is the green initiatives, promoting environmental stewardship through tree planting, sustainability education, recycling and upcycling efforts, and community gardening. The second pillar is personal empowerment, nurturing inner growth and compassionate leadership through mentoring, spiritual dialogues, yoga, meditation, and mindful practices. The third pillar is social service, where youth translate compassion into action through disaster relief, care for elderly and homeless, sanitation drives, education support for underprivileged children, and initiatives for gender equality. The fourth pillar is intercultural exchange and youth summits, bringing together young change makers through international summits, youth parliaments, long-term volunteer programs, and creative expressions through art and culture. Together, these pillars reflect Amma's timeless guidance that true nation building and global harmony begin with inner awakening rooted in dharma and are fulfilled through selfless service to the society. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha.
Now we begin with Saraswati Vandanam. The prayer will be rendered by Dr. Yamuna Pathak. Ma'am, please.
Sincerely bow down to the Divine Mother, Amma. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyamim Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Padma Pattara Visalakshi Padma Kesara Vannini Nityam Padma Layam Devi Nityam Padma Layam Devi Samam Padu Saraswati Bhagavati Nissesha Jadyapaha Nissesha Jadyapaha. O Goddess Saraswati, embodiment of grace and wisdom, bless us with knowledge that removes ignorance and awakens clarity. You who dwell on the lotus with vast, compassionate eyes are the eternal source of learning, creativity, and refined intellect. May your divine presence guide every beginning of education and lead us to purity of thought, speech, and understanding. That is the meaning of today's sloka. Thank you.
May I invite Professor D. Chauhan to offer the ceremonial garland to Sadguru Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. May I now invite Major General P. Vivekanandan, veteran, State President of Youth4Nation, Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter, to deliver the welcome address. Please, sir.
To one and all present here, the holy presence of Amma, a very warm good evening. Youth4Nation is a nationwide initiative formed around 4 years ago with the aim of connecting with the youth primarily in colleges and universities in order to inculcate and enrich nationalist thought process among them and empower them in their skills and personality development, as well as make them socially and environmentally responsible citizens. In Kerala, we are a group of 100+ senior veterans, IAS, IPS officers, IIT graduates, entrepreneurs, professionals, and senior academicians. Firstly, let me touch the holy feet of Param Pujaniya Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi for consenting to give her blessings and inaugurate Youth4Nation Kerala chapter. Prananam Amma. The entire arrangements for today's function have been done by Amritapuri Ashram and continuous help and guidance by Swami Amritanandamayi. Pranam, sir. Today, we are fortunate to have among us Admiral Harikumar Radhakrishnan, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, former Chief of Naval Staff, a highly accomplished leader who spearheaded Indian Navy to a self-reliant, deep-water naval power as our guest of honor. Welcome, sir. We are proud and honored to serve by your gracious presence. On the stage, we have Professor G.S. Murthy, our founder, national chairman, and Professor D.S. Chauhan, the present national chairman amongst us. Thank you, sirs, for your consistent guidance and handholding. Amongst us, we are fortunate to have Lieutenant General V.K. Chaturvedi, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, National Vice President, Youth4Nation, a dynamic leader who also heads Akhila Bharat Purva Sainik Seva Parishad as National ESM organization. Welcome, sir. On the stage, we also have Youth4Nation State Working President, Shri Pri Balakrishnan, Secretary Dr. Ravindranath, Dr. Yamuna Pathak, and Shri Arvind Tripathi, the National General Secretary. A warm welcome to all of you. We also have very many principals, colleges, senior Youth4Nation members, invited guests amongst us. A warm welcome to each and every one of you. The function is targeted to expose youth to Youth4Nation activities and imbibe among them that national spirit and pride. Welcome to you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. To present Youth4Nation and its vision, I invite Professor D.S. Chauhan, Chairman, Youth4Nation.
I just bow down my head to Amma and Lieutenant General who was promoted to Deputy Chief of the Army. He is no more now. He was the founder, president, and founder of this organization. Ranjan Singh Malik, who was a great army officer, served for 38 years plus, who was having in his mind that the youth of this nation must come in contact of the old generation, those who are having highly field experience, and they should motivate for serving this country. Youth has got 4 decades to serve this country, and those who have served already, they can also exchange experiences. Without blessings of Holy Mother, Amritapuri, though it was occasion for me, I was in America at NASA as a scientist. I saw her almost 36 years before. I was there. And today, after such a long period, I am fortunate enough to have her darshan. And it is a wonderful world I have seen since 2 days. I am amazing what a creation of a mother with compassion, love, and what she has got, nobody can even imagine. And Youth4Nation is only a beginning, hardly 6 years, because 2019 it was initiated. But now we are in 22 states. This is the 24th state now we are beginning. And I think we can widely spread, but later on we will have consistent activities for uplifting the country. But our main focus is on giving positivity, positive mind, and high-profile character for serving this nation. With these words, I conclude that without blessing of Amma, we cannot do anything. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inspiring words. May I invite Lieutenant General V.K. Chaturvedi, PVSM, AVSM SM, Vice Chairman, Youth4Nation, to deliver the address on Rashtrapratham, Nation First. So please.
With the divine blessings of Amma, I want to speak on Nation First. Most revered, respected, Param Shraddheyi Amritanandamayi Amma, Admiral Hari Prakash, former Chief of Naval Staff, Professor G.S. Murthy Garu, Professor D.S. Chauhan, my most loving friend Bala Padmanabhan, Major Vivekanand, and respected devotees, brothers, sisters, and my dear children. We are a group of well-meaning veterans, some IAS and IPS officers, professors, vice chancellors, corporate leaders, intellectuals from all fields who are working towards making the new India, our children, know about what a nation is and what is the responsibility of each and every Indian. That is our total. 2 things I'll talk about. One is tradition, which is our parampara, which is our identity. The rituals, the festivals, the dialect, the language, the dress sense, the food habits, and the smell of the villages and the soil from which we come is our own. And these are most revered, respected, because this is our identity. We need to carry it and take pride in each and every small thing that we have inherited from this great soil and great nation. Even if we are in London, New York, Melbourne, Tokyo, we must follow our ethics, follow our values, follow our eating habits, speak in the language, take pride. You must adopt other languages also, but take pride in what is your own, with which you are known. If we eat paisam, appam here, we must also eat it in Tokyo, New York, and offer it to the guests who come. We will be respected. They will all say that here are the people who take pride in what is theirs. Second is nation first. राष्ट्र प्रथम सदैव एवं सर्वदा. भारत हमारा सर्वोपरि है. भारत हमारा सदैव नंबर 1, प्रायोरिटी 1 पर है. हमको we need to, when it comes to the interest, our national interest is supreme. It is above all our personal interest, our interest of the town, states, everything becomes secondary when it comes to nation. Rest is number 2, caste, creed, religion, language, region from which we come becomes all secondary. Bharat Sarv Pratham. When it comes to love, it is love for the nation which is supreme. When it comes to seva, service, it is service to the nation which is number 1. Rest is secondary. Service to the society becomes number 2. Service to the family becomes number 3. Your own self becomes the last. It is given in our Ved, Puran, everywhere, in our culture, in our history. We have derived it from our sanskar, from our parents, from our teachers, that service to others is supreme. Your own self is last. And when it comes to dignity and honor, it is the dignity and honor of the nation which is supreme. Your own is secondary. And last, but not the least, when it comes to worship, bhakti, when it comes to worship of the Lord, it is worship to the nation which is supreme. Rashtra Bhakti Sarv Pratham hai, baki sab secondary hai. And we must revere our Bharat as the supreme and take Bharat to the pinnacle of glory and dignity. With the divine blessings of Amriteshwari Ma, Amma, today we are totally blessed. We have no doubt that Kerala chapter and Lakshadweep sector and rest of the other chapters are only going to be successful, and our Bharat will be Vishwaguru as far as wisdom, knowledge, the brotherliness, goodwill, harmony that is concerned. Thank you very much. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Now it's my honor to invite Admiral Harikumar Radhakrishnan, PVSM, AVSM, VSM, retired. He's the 25th Chief of Naval Staff. So please.
Sadguru, Shri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi Ji, Namaste. Distinguished leaders, esteemed dignitaries of the Youth4Nation, our dear youth of Bharat, disciples of the ashram, ladies, gentlemen, Namaste, good afternoon to all of you. It's a singular honor for me to be here today to inaugurate the Kerala chapter of the Youth for the Nation in the divine presence of Amma. In Kartavya Kal, young Indians are the architect of Bharat's future. And it's amazing to see like-minded individuals coming together to shape the destiny of our country. Youth4Nation is about empowering youth to drive positive change in Bharat. In the words of Sadhguru, and I quote, "Youth is a state of tremendous energy, and if they work for raising consciousness, we can address every problem on the planet. If the world was guided by youth, it would be a better place, as they are the most alive, idealistic and energetic." We now begin a new chapter in Kerala, a state known for its vibrant culture, stunning landscapes, and most importantly, its passionate youth. With the divine blessings of Amma, Sadhguru Sri Amritanandamayi ji. Our goal is to facilitate a platform where young minds can come together, share ideas, learn, work, and strive towards building a stronger, prosperous, and more inclusive Bharat. We will focus on community service, innovation, and leadership, the core values which can transform our nation, along with the Panch Pran articulated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. As the Olympian P.V. Sindhu says, and I quote her, "The one quality, the one attitude that would most define youth would be fire in the belly and the audacity to change the situation rather than compromise with it." Like saying, how will it not happen? Or in Hindi, hoga kaise nahi, is the preeminent characteristic of youth, and I unquote. So to my fellow youth present here, this is your movement and your time. But at the same time, we must remember the words of Sigmund Freud, where he says that if youth only knew and age only could, that means the youth have the energy, creativity, and determination to make a difference, while elders like us have the wisdom born of experience to guide you at least part of the way. So let us work together to address the challenges we face, be it climate change, education, health, social inequality, or national security. Around the year 2000, Modi ji was on a visit to Taiwan, and he was asked hesitantly if Bharat was indeed a land of snake charmers. He replied that we no more have the courage to hold snakes, so therefore we have become a land of mouse charmers. Our youth, with the click of a mouse, have been able to connect to the remotest corners of the world and have brought laurels to Bharat. The world is now looking at Bharat with a completely different lens. So, as we head towards 100 years of independence, it is today's youth who will be in decision-making responsibilities to take Bharat there. We hope to help prepare them for leadership roles in this noble endeavor. At the same time, I would also like to remind that this movement is also for all youthful personnel to participate as much as for the youth. Those who are youthful in their outlook, irrespective of age, and willing to look at life afresh every time, certainly need to be part of this movement. So let us make Bharat proud and reclaim her rightful place in the Committee of Nations as a fully developed country and at least the second largest economy by 2047. So let us work selflessly together to build a brighter future for all of us. So thank you for your time. Be robust, be worthy. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. We now proceed with the felicitation of distinguished individuals whose guidance strengthens this noble movement. May I respectfully invite Professor G.S. Murthy, the National Chief Coordinator, Youth4Nation. Please, sir.
Pranams to the feet of Mataji. I have the opportunity of taking a blessing hug twice before. And in that one of the blessings with me, General Malik, the founder of this organization, was also there. And we too, that photograph is also with me, I don't know. And first time I am visiting Amritapuri. I am happy to be here. Any amount of words will not describe completely Amma. Just like any, that is Veda, even Vedas will not be able to reach the God, because Amma is representation of God. The same thing is applicable to Amma also. And only thing is, in that application, in that praising, how much you praise and with what capacity and what heart you praise, you reach Amma so near. And I know most of the people sitting here knows better than me. Now, I would like to tell, this starting of this Youth4Nation, our Modi ji has his role, because when General Malik visiting Gujarat, when Modi ji was Chief Minister, he made a courtesy call. And General Malik was working for welfare of the ex-servicemen. And Modi ji said, "Arey bhai, what do you do with ex-servicemen? All ex-servicemen are patriots, they know how to lead the society and the people help. You go to youth. Simply, that work like a mantra. Go to youth." Since then, I was also working with him. This was in 1912. He was the Chief Minister. Since then, I am continuously working with General Malik. Ultimately, this Youth4Nation name was given by, as our General Sahib said it, 2021. So, we had the blessings of Modi ji also, and General Malik who started, and added to that, and more valuable, we had the blessings of Amma ji. Amma, Amma's silence itself speaks a lot. Everybody I know sitting here experiences that. That is how the God Vibhuti will be there. So, I will close one thing. Dakshinamurti, the embodiment of Shiva, is very young, and people hearing him are all old rishis, Saptarishis, and he didn't speak anything. He sits there, Maunam Vyakhyano, sure. And everybody, his silence could be understood by everybody. Similarly, we derive the knowledge and necessary information and instructions from Samma's silence, because she herself is the embodiment of God. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. May I invite Shri P. Balakrishnan, Working President, Youth4Nation, Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter. Sir, please.
പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട മാതാദേവി അമൃതാനന്ദമയിക്ക് ഞങ്ങളുടെ വന്യമായ നമസ്കാരം. We are very fortunate to have Ammaji's blessing and Swamiji's support for inaugurating this unique Kerala chapter. It is really a very, very proud, and I have no words to say. I'm not able to even say, to express that much a pleasure and happiness to have this inauguration. Particularly, this is happening by the hands of Amma in the presence of all Swamijis and at Amritapuri. This is a very unique inauguration among all the chapters of India. I am allowed to talk only 2 minutes. I very, very sincerely thank and support given by Swamiji and all the members, and seeking blessing to Mataji and everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bala sir. May I invite Dr. Yamuna Pathak, Executive Member, Youth4Nation, Kerala and Lakshadweep Chapter, please.
The divine blessings of Amma. Amma, the power that became compassion. A speech from the heart for the heart. Respected elders, revered distinguished guests from Youth4Nation, dear brothers and sisters, and above all, beloved children of Amma. Today, I do not stand here merely as a speaker. I stand here to witness to a force that does not conquer with armies, does not rule with authority, does not persuade with ideology, but melts the human heart with love. I stand before you at Amritapuri, not just a place on the map of Kerala, but a spiritual epicenter of the world. Because when history writes the story of our times, it will ask one haunting question. In an age of noise, who listened? In an age of division, who embraced? In an age of intellect, who chose compassion? And the answer will echo in one name, that's the Divine Mother, Mata Amritanandamayi Devi Amma. When the world was searching for power, Amma chose love. The modern world worships strength. Nation measures power by missiles. Corporations measure power by profits. Individuals measure power by followers. But Amma redefined power. She showed us the true power bends down. The true greatness kneels. The true divinity wipes tears. And Amma did not ask humanity to come up to her level. She came down to our pain. She sat with the grieving. She held the broken. She hugged the forgotten. She embraced those whom society had labeled unworthy. And in that embrace, something miraculous happened. People didn't just feel comforted. They felt seen. They felt recognized. They felt worthy again. That is not charity. That is a spiritual revolution. Amma is not a teacher of philosophy. She is a philosophy in action. Many teach Vedanta, few live it. Many speak of Advaita, few breathe it. Amma does not deliver long discourses of non-duality. She dissolves it through experience. When Amma hugs you. There is no you and her. There is no caste. There is no creed, no nationality, no past, no label. For a moment, there is only existence loving itself. Is this not Advaita? Is this not the Gita lived, not quoted? Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. Amma did not chant this. Amma, she became it. From a small coastal village to the conscious of the world, let us pause and reflect. A simple girl from a fishing village in Kerala, no political backing, no institutional power, no inherited throne. And yet, presidents bow, prime ministers listen, the United Nations invites, the world follows. Why? Because the world is starving not for information but for compassion. Amma proved that the spirituality is not escape, it is engagement. She built hospitals where pain is healed without discrimination. She built schools where character matters more than competition. She fed the hungry, housed the homeless, educated the orphan, uplifted the forgotten. This is not social work alone. This is applied spirituality. Amma didn't ask who deserves help. She asked who is hurting. Amma, in a broken world, a living answer. We live in fractured times. Faith is used to divide, identities weaponized, egos shout louder than wisdom. Humanity is shrinking while technology expands. And into this chaos walks Amma. Amma, soft-spoken, barefoot, tireless. Amma teaches the radical truth. You cannot change the world by hating it. You change it by loving it awake. Amritapuri, where the future is being quietly designed. This land, Amritapuri, is just not sacred. It is strategic for the soul of the world. Here, spirituality is not separated from science. Meditation coexists with technology. Prayer walks alongside innovation. This is civilizational healing. When future generations ask, where did humanity learn to feel again? They will trace the answer back to places like this and to goddess like Amma. my personal confession. Allow me a personal moment. When I reflect on Amma, I realize something humbling. Amma doesn't make us feel small, she makes her excuses small. After seeing her tireless compassion, we cannot say, I don't have time. After seeing her unconditional love, we cannot say they don't deserve it. She quietly asks us, what are you doing with the love you have received? Amma, the embrace that can save the world. Dear brothers and sisters, Amma showed us that one heart rooted in compassion and can become a refuge for millions. Let us leave this place not just inspired but transformed. Let us carry Amritapuri in our actions. Let us become moving ashrams of kindness. Let us turn Amma's embrace into a global movement, because if love could take a human form, it would look exactly like Mata Amritanandamayi Devi. Jai Amma. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Jai Bharat.
Thank you. It's now my deepest privilege to invite Sadhguru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi to inaugurate the Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter of Youth4Nation by memento and bless us with Amrita Vachanam. We may use pre-recorded messages of Amma for easy to understand for everyone in different languages. Thank you. Now this is the time to listen Amrita Vachanam, and please play the pre-recorded message. Thank you.
എനിക്ക് പ്രത്യേകിച്ചൊന്നും പറയാനില്ല. പറയാനുള്ളവരെല്ലാം നന്നായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. രാജ്യസ്നേഹവും രാജ്യത്തിനു വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച ആ ത്യാഗികളാണ്. അവരെ മനസ്സാ നമിക്കുന്നു എല്ലാവരെയും. അവർ ഭാഗ്യം അവർക്ക് കിട്ടി. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഭാഗ്യം, ആ ത്യാഗം രാജ്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടി അവരെപ്പോലുള്ളവരൊക്കെ സംസ്കാരത്തിന് തൂണുകളാണ്. അപ്പം അതുകൊണ്ട് അവർ പറഞ്ഞതെല്ലാം പറയേണ്ടതൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞു. പിന്നെ അമ്മയ്ക്ക് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് പറയാനൊന്നുമില്ല. അമ്മ പറയുന്നത്, സാധാരണ യുവാക്കളായ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ മുന്നോട്ട് വരണം. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും സംസ്കാരം മനസ്സിലാക്കുമ്പം ആ കാരണവും രാജ്യത്തോടും ഉണ്ടാവും. നേരത്തെ മറ്റേ മോൻ പറഞ്ഞു, പല പല വേഷങ്ങളിൽ, സംസ്കാര രീതിയിൽ, ആചാരങ്ങളിൽ ഒക്കെ ഉള്ളതാണ് ഭാരതം. ഒരു മഴവില്ല് പോലാണ് ഭാരതം. അങ്ങനെ പല കളറാണെങ്കിലും പല സംസ്കാരം അവർ ഭംഗിയായിട്ടാണ് അമ്മയ്ക്ക് തോന്നുക. ഐക്യം. പിന്നെ രണ്ടാമതും പറഞ്ഞ് സംസാരിച്ച മക്കളൊക്കെ അവർ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കണം. മനസ്സിലാക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, അമ്മയുടെ കൂടെ ഒരു മോളുണ്ട്, ഹോളണ്ടിലെ മോളാണ്. അതിന് മലയാളം അറിയില്ല, എനിക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷും അറിയില്ല. എപ്പോഴും ധാരണ നാം പറയുന്നതല്ല നമ്മൾ കേൾക്കുന്നത്, മോള് പറയുന്നതല്ല അമ്മ കേൾക്കുന്നത്. ഹൃദയത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഭാഷ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഒരിക്കൽ മോള് പറയാണ് അമ്മ അടുത്ത്, അമ്മയുടെ തലയിൽ ബോംബിടിട്ടോ, അമ്മയുടെ തലയിൽ ബോംബിടിട്ടോ ചോദിച്ചു. ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചു എന്തിനാണ് ബോംബിടുന്നത് എൻ്റെ തലയിൽ? പിന്നെയും ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേ ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴാണ് മനസ്സിലായത്, ഞാൻ ഒരു 3-4 മണിക്കൂറും ബാം ചോദിച്ചിരുന്നു തലയിൽ നെറ്റിയിലിടാൻ. അപ്പം ശരിക്കും മോടെ ഭാഷ അറിഞ്ഞൂടാത്തതുകൊണ്ടാണ് എന്ന് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു കൊലക്കുറ്റത്തിന് കേസിടാം. ഇതുപോലാണ് നമ്മുടെയൊക്കെ അവസ്ഥ. എല്ലാവരെയും മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കണമെന്ന് സംസാരിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. പരസ്പരം മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കണം. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതുപോലെ നമ്മൾ അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും വഴക്കിന് പോകും, അകത്ത് തന്നെ. പിന്നെ മുട്ടായിരിക്കുമ്പോഴേ പിഴുപെടുത്ത് വീഴുന്നതായിട്ടാണ് പ്രമാണം കൊടുക്കുന്ന യുവാക്കൾ, പ്രകാശം കൊടുക്കേണ്ട യുവാക്കൾ കരിന്തിരി കത്തി പോകുന്ന പോലാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ ഒരു രീതിയിലാണ് നീങ്ങുന്നത്. അവർ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അവരിൽ വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ പല മറ്റ് സംസ്കാരങ്ങളും അവരവരുടെ മറ്റുള്ളവരെ സ്വീകരിക്കണം. നമ്മുടെ സംസ്കാരത്തെ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കണം. സ്വന്തം പ്രസവിച്ചമ്മയുടെ ആരെന്നറിയാതെ പോയിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ കഷ്ടമാണ്. പ്രസവിച്ചമ്മ ഡ്രസ്സ് അറിയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഭാരത സംസ്കാരം എന്തെന്നും അതിൻ്റെ മൂല്യം എന്തെന്നും യുവാക്കളായ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമാണ്. അപ്പം അത് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ കഷ്ടമായിരിക്കും. പെറ്റമ്മയുടെ കഞ്ഞോളം ആയിരിക്കും ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒരുപക്ഷെ കിട്ടുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും മറിച്ച് മറ്റുള്ള രീതിയിൽ നീ അനുകരണം മാത്രമാണ്. അപ്പം അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കി ആ സംസ്കാരത്തെ ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടാൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും രാഷ്ട്രസ്നേഹം ഉണ്ടാകും. രാഷ്ട്രത്തെ എങ്ങനെ സ്നേഹിക്കണമെന്നും മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റും. അമ്മ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് പറയേണ്ട കുറച്ച് ഒരു ഗുണം, പിന്നെ പ്രത്യേകത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു ഒരു ഗുണം വളർത്തിയാൽ ആ സംസ്കാരം മനസ്സിലാക്കി ബാക്കിയെല്ലാം പറയും. ഒരു ജന്മനാളിന് ഒരു സ്പടിക വിളക്ക് കൊടുത്തു. അതുകൊണ്ട് മുറിയിൽ തൂക്കിയിട്ട് അപ്പോഴാണ് ഇതൊരു ഭംഗി. പക്ഷേ ഭിത്തിയിലൊക്കെ പെയിൻറ്റ് അഴുക്ക് പിടിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പം അതിൻ്റെ ഭംഗി എടുത്ത് കുറച്ചുകൂടി നശിപ്പിക്കുന്ന രീതിയിലായി. അപ്പോൾ ഭംഗി തെളിയിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പെയിൻറ്റ് മാറിയിട്ടു, പെയിൻറ്റിട്ട് ഭിത്തിയിൽ. അപ്പോഴാണ് ജനലിലെ കട്ടൻ കണ്ടഴുക്കിരിക്കുന്നത്. കട്ടൻ മാറ്റിയിട്ട് പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് കാർപ്പറ്റ് ഇട്ടു. കസേരകളിൽ പുതിയ തുണിയിട്ടു. അവിടെ ഒരു പുതിയ മുറിയായി മാറി. അതുപോലെ നമ്മളുടെ ഈ സംസ്കാരം നമ്മളെ പുനർജന്മമാണ് നമ്മളിൽ ജനിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ജനിച്ചു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും ഈ സംസ്കാരത്തെ സ്നേഹിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാം പൂർണ്ണതയുണ്ടാകും. സംസ്കാരം മനസ്സിലാക്കുക പറഞ്ഞാൽ വണ്ടി GPS പോലെ നമ്മളെ വഴികാട്ടിയാണത്, അകത്തും പുറത്തും. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ പോകുന്ന ഒരു ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ വീട്ടിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ ടെൻഷൻ കയറി എവിടെ ചോദിച്ച് വൈകുന്നേരം ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പോയി എത്തിയതുമില്ല, നമ്മൾക്ക് ടെൻഷനുമായി. അപ്പം അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കണം. യുവാക്കളായ കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ ഈ സംസ്കാരം മനസ്സിലാക്കിയില്ലേ ഇപ്പം യുദ്ധത്തിന് ആയുധങ്ങൾ ശേഖരിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാളും ഗൗരവം കൊടുക്കണം കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളിൽ. അച്ഛനമ്മമാരും അറിയാതെയും സഹോദരങ്ങൾ അറിയാതെയും സ്വയം നശിക്കുകയാണ്. അവർ ചുമന് വെളിവെച്ചുകൊണ്ടേ ഇരിക്കുന്ന വിളി മാത്രമാണ് ചെവി കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ പ്രയാസമായി തോന്നാറുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അച്ഛനമ്മമാരും മക്കളുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം. അപ്പം അവർ ഈ മക്കളുടെ ത്യാഗം സമർപ്പണവും കണ്ടതുകൊണ്ട് അവൻ അനുഭവം വെച്ച് പറയുന്നതാണ്. നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും അതിന് കഴിയട്ടെ. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് അമ്മയ്ക്ക് പറയാനൊന്നുമില്ല. പെട്ടെന്ന് എന്താ പറയേണ്ട എല്ലാം പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞു. പിന്നെ മോദിജിയുടെ കാര്യത്തിലും അമ്മ യാത്ര പോകും എല്ലാ വർഷവും. അപ്പം അതിന് മുമ്പ് പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നപ്പം കൃഷികൾക്ക് വെള്ളമില്ലാതെയും കുടിക്കാൻ വെള്ളത്തിന് കഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്ന രീതികൾ കണ്ടിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ ചെല്ലുമ്പം എത്ര വേഗമാണ് കൃഷിക്ക് വേണ്ടി, കാരണം കൂടി മില്യൺ കണക്കിന് രൂപ വിലവാക്കിയാലേ ആ ഗ്രാമത്തിലൊക്കെ കൃഷിക്ക് വെള്ളം എത്തിക്കും. ചാക്കിൽ മണ്ണ് കയറ്റി മണ്ണടുക്കി കുഴി തുറന്ന് ആ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളെല്ലാം വെള്ളം എത്തിച്ചു. അത്ഭുതം തോന്നി. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് അദ്ദേഹം ചെയ്തിരുന്നത് അതിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ സോളാർ വെച്ച് വേറെ സ്ഥലം വേസ്റ്റാക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് തോന്നിയോ വെള്ളത്തിന് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുള്ള എത്ര പെട്ടെന്നാണ് ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് വെള്ളം എത്തിച്ചത്. അത് ഓരോ വർഷം കഴിയുമ്പോഴും ഓരോരോ അത്ഭുതം പോലെ എനിക്ക് യാത്ര പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രവൃത്തി കൊണ്ട് തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അമ്മ എല്ലാ വർഷവും പോകുമ്പോൾ കാണാറുണ്ട്. 1.5 മണിക്കൂർ സംസാരിക്കും. രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ റിസർച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങളും മറ്റുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ അതൊക്കെ ഓരോന്ന് ചുരുങ്ങിയ രീതിയിൽ എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് പിന്നെ ഭൂമികുലുക്കുണ്ടായ സമയമാകട്ടെ ഓരോന്നാകട്ടെ ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും 78 വർഷം മരുഭൂമിയാക്കിയിട്ട് പോയ രാജ്യം കുറഞ്ഞ നാളുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്രയും ഡെവലപ്പ് വന്നു. അപ്പം ഇനിയും ഓരോ മക്കളും യുവാക്കളായ മക്കൾ ആ അമ്മയെ അസുഖം വരുത്താതെയും നശിപ്പിക്കാതെയും പകർച്ചവ്യാധി കൊണ്ടുവരാതിരിക്കണം, മറ്റുള്ള വന്നിട്ട് നഷ്ടപ്പെടുത്താതിരിക്കാനും ഭാരത മക്കളെല്ലാം ഐക്യമായി ആ മഴ പോലെ നിന്ന് രാജ്യത്തെ സ്നേഹിക്കാനും സേവിക്കാനും കഴിയട്ടെ എന്ന് മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് പ്രാർത്ഥനയുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ വന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും മനസ്സാ നമിക്കുന്നു. അവർ രാജ്യത്തെ സേവിച്ചവരാണ്. അവരാണ് മരണത്തിനപ്പുറമാണ് രാജ്യത്തെ കണ്ടത്. അതാണ് എല്ലാവരും ഉണ്ടാകട്ടെ. കാരണം അമ്മ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് അമ്മയുടെ വേഷത്തിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഈ പറയാൻ പരിധിയുണ്ട്. നമശിവായ.
Thank you, Amma, for your most elevated, truly inspirational words and for your blessings. Thank you so much, Amma. And I invite Professor D.S. Chauhan to hand over the momentum of honor. Before that, let's play the message from Amma.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Here is a translation of Amma's words. Amma says she doesn't have anything in particular to say this occasion. Whatever mother wants to say, all the elite speakers on stage, all the elite guests on stage, they've already spoken. But still, mother would just mention few sentences. Mother says, all of you who work tirelessly to uplift the society, to uplift the nation, Amma sees all of you as the pillars of this culture and heritage. Amma bows down to all of you. Amma says, youngsters of this present generation, as they understand our culture, as they gain the spiritual knowledge, they will develop compassion within. The more they develop compassion within, the compassion will get expressed as selflessness in their actions. Amma says diversity is the uniqueness of this land of Bharat. Just as a rainbow has got 7 different colors, this Bharat is full of diversity. It's so beautiful. But though there is diversity, there is an underlying unity behind the diversity, and spirituality is the underlying unity behind the diversity. As we gain this spiritual knowledge, we'll be able to see oneness in all the things and beings around. As Amma says, understanding this oneness, understanding other things and beings around, it's very, very important. Amma shares a funny incident. An ashramite from Holland, she stays in Amma's room and she gets that unique opportunity to serve mother. Once she came to Amma and she said, "Oh Amma, let me drop bomb on your head. Let me drop bomb on your head, Amma." She kept asking this again and again and again. Amma understood. Few hours ago, Amma wanted her to bring pain balm. Since she doesn't speak Amma's language, since she doesn't understand Amma's Malayalam, she understood it totally wrong. And she kept asking Amma, shall I bomb your head, bomb your head? But since Amma was able to understand her realm, Amma fully understood what she meant. Had it been someone else who doesn't understand, the person would have even decided to sue that ashramite. Amma says, right understanding is most needed. If not, we bring suffering to others and we suffer as well. So mutual understanding. Amma says, that's what the spiritual knowledge gives to us. Amma says, unfortunately, today's youngsters, they can be compared to a flower bud which gets wilted away even when it is still a bud. It gets infected by worms and it's wilted away. Such is the nature of the youngsters of the present generation. They are supposed to shed light to the entire society. Unfortunately, since they don't know the spiritual knowledge, since they don't know the spiritual values, they are not able to do it. It is true that this Bharat is land of varieties of cultures. It is true that we accept other cultures as it is. Amma says, along with that, we need to have right understanding of our own culture, of our own heritage as well. We need to know others, we need to appreciate others, accept others. At the same time, we need to understand and appreciate our own roots. Our culture, our heritage is like mother. So we need to know our mother properly. We need to love our mother properly. Unfortunately, today, people merely imitate the West. People merely imitate other nations, other cultures blindly. Amma says that's not right. Suppose one's mother merely gives rice gruel water. Still, the rice gruel water that one's own mother gives is out of love. That's much more nutritious than the sweet pudding that a stepmother would offer. So we need to understand our culture, we need to gain spiritual knowledge. Amma says, if only we develop one noble quality within, if only we imbibe one moral value within, slowly every other moral value will come to us. Slowly, spiritual progress will happen to us. Amma shares a beautiful incident to demonstrate this principle. Once it was birthday for a lady, one of her friends gifted her a chandelier. So she put up the chandelier on the wall, and no sooner she turned on the lamp, she saw that the walls were dirty. So she decided to scrub the wall, and she decided to paint the wall. Now she noticed that the curtains are dirty. Curtains are unclean. So next she removed the unclean curtains and put on new curtains. Now she noticed that the carpet is dirty. So she removed the old carpets and spread new carpets. Next she noticed that the chair and other furnitures are not clean. So she replaced chairs and other furnitures in the room. So in meantime, slowly, gradually, the entire room became new. Entire room became so fresh and so beautiful. Amma says, likewise, as we develop one moral value, as we try to imbibe one spiritual principle in our life, slowly, we'll be able to imbibe other moral values as well, and our life will become beautiful. Amma says, imbibing these moral values, that is real birth. Our samskara, our heritage, our lineage, imbibing its glory and practicing those moral values, that is real punarjanma, that is real rebirth. That brings a fullness to us. Amma compares spiritual knowledge to a GPS. Suppose we travel to a place where we don't know and we have GPS in our vehicle. The GPS will help us navigate our vehicle without tension. We know which way to travel and where to reach. Suppose our vehicle doesn't have a GPS, we'll be tensed. We'll be tensed and we'll be confused. So, spiritual knowledge is like this GPS. Spiritual knowledge helps us to understand others as they are and helps us to imbibe. Unfortunately, today's youngsters, they get addicted to drugs. And because of this addiction to drugs, this addiction to drugs is so dangerous. It's much more dangerous than wars. It's much more dangerous than accumulating weapons of mass destruction. So Amma has heard this straight from parents. Amma has heard this straight from many parents, how the children get addicted to drugs, how they bring so much of havoc to their family and society. For the past 30 years or so, Amma has been traveling throughout India. And Amma has witnessed the transformation that has happened. When the state of Gujarat faced water scarcity, Modi ji successfully managed to deliver relief measures in practical ways. Constructing canals to provide water to farmers for irrigation would have required significant funds and time. Instead, he built temporary canals with stacked sandbags, thus providing immediate water for irrigation. Moreover, Modi ji installed solar panels over the canals to provide electricity. In this way, he prominently implemented innovative measures. Amma was delighted to see such pragmatism. So Amma has seen the transformation that has happened throughout this land of Bharat as he travels every year. 75 years ago, this land was almost like a desert. When Britishers left India, they left land almost like desert. From there, so much of progress has happened. Still a long way, we need to travel a long way. Almost Modi ji meets Amma every year when she visits when she goes on Indian tour, especially when she goes to Ahmedabad. Almost an hour or two he spends with Amma. The topic of discussion between Amma and the Prime Minister would be even before he became Chief Minister of Gujarat. Even much before he became Chief Minister of Gujarat, he used to come to Amma. So usually the topic of discussion would be research and how to improve the nation, how nation building. That would be the topic of discussion every year. So whenever earthquakes happen or whenever any natural disaster happened, the response was amazing. Amma says, so today's youngsters, they need to understand our culture, they need to understand our spiritual values, and they need to love and serve the country. Let it become possible for all children to love and serve the country by imbibing spiritual values. Amma bows down to all the esteemed guests here on stage who have dedicated their lives for nation building, for serving the nation. Offering my words at Amma's lotus feet. Now, Amma's pre-recorded message will be played. The message has been pre-recorded for the sake of okay.
I request Professor D.S. Chauhan to hand over the moment of honor to Chaturvedi sir and Admiral Harikumar sir. May I invite Dr. P. Ravindranath, Secretary, Youth4Nation, Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter, to deliver the word of thanks. So please.
In the holy presence of Amma, respected dignitaries on the dais, and my dear friends, A very warm good evening to all of you. Today marks a truly historic moment for the Youth4Nation Kerala and Lakshadweep chapter. At the outset, I humbly offer my pranamam at the holy feet of Param Pujaniya Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi for graciously blessing and inaugurating our Youth4Nation chapter. We are deeply honored by the august presence of Admiral Harikumar Radhakrishnan, former Chief of Naval Staff, as our Chief Guest of Honor. Sir, we thank you for graciously accepting our invitation and inspiring us with your presence. We express our sincere gratitude to Amritapuri Ashram, Swami Amritanandamapuri, and the dedicated ashram volunteers for their guidance, support, and excellent arrangements that made this event possible. Our heartfelt gratitude goes to Professor G. Murthy, Professor D.S. Chauhan, Lieutenant General V.K. Chaturvedi, Sri Aravind Tripathi, and Dr. Yamuna, and Dr. Vivekanandan and Mr. Balakrishnan. Our thanks are also due to all the state and national office bearers, principals of colleges, and senior members. Thank you again.